Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we are going to talk about Aurangzeb. We discussed in the previous classes about the social reformers, how they wished to revive Islam in the subcontinent, uh, and how successful they were. Now today we are going to discuss about Aurangzeb and the decline of the Mughal Empire and how the Britishers came into the subcontinent. Okay, let's start from here. Okay, by the end of this whole topic, inshallah, you all will be able to understand that how Aurangzeb ruled, what were his policies, and where did he go wrong, and how many people played a major role in the decline of the Mughal Empire. It's not just one man, responsibility. It is not because of one man only that we lost the Mughal Empire. Okay, first you should know the family tree, that how Aurangzeb came, and before Aurangzeb who were there. Though this is not a part of your syllabus, you don't have to learn about Babur, Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir and Shah Jahan. You don't even have to go in the detail of Aurangzeb's life. Only your CAIE syllabus starts from the decline of the Mughal Empire. That how, what were the reasons behind the decline? Okay, the first Mughal ruler, Babur, then Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, and then Aurangzeb. Now, Aurangzeb was the son of Shah Jahan. Aurangzeb had three brothers. He killed his own brothers and he took the seat of the Mughal. Now, see how you came to power. Do you think that this was the right way of Aurangzeb? That the way he came to power? Okay, now if you just see, Aurangzeb's rule started from 1658 till 1707. Now he was the third son of Shah Jahan and he became victorious. How? By killing his own brothers. And then, you know what he did? He imprisoned his father. Now he put his father in Agra fort, and what history says, that there was a time came when his father was suffering. He was not even able to get water. I mean, this was the condition. And later on, after, though Aurangzeb took the power and his during his rule, the empire went to its peak. It was at its peak. But if you talk about the rights and the wrong, the way he gained power was wrong. The way he took the seat was wrong. So obviously, things were bound to go wrong. Now here, uh, what happened? That he kept on extending the land, and he kept on the expansion. And see, from Kashmir to Chinchi, then to from Hindu Kush to Chittagong, he was orthodox. Now many people, now sorry, let me back. Now, many people feel that Aurangzeb was an orthodox, uh, because many historians feel this way, that he was an orthodox because what he believed, he wanted others to do the same. What he did, and he wanted people to follow Islam. He wanted everyone. Now there are two points of views. There are two things that people have written in the history, and we usually prefer to go with the good one. But yes, many feel that Aurangzeb, he himself led a simple life, so he wanted people also to live a very simple life and follow Islamic rules. First, you should be an example. First, you should do right things properly. Then you should become an example, then automatically people are going to follow and understand. You cannot force people to follow your religious belief. This was something wrong done on his part. He discarded Akbar's secular principle and reintroduced jizya tax. Now, or Akbar, he stopped jizya. Now, why Akbar? Now, why Akbar stopped jizya? Because he did not want to lose the majority. Majority were Hindus. He felt that why? This is one of the reasons that he also married a Hindu woman. And later on, he introduced a deen known as Deen-e-Ilahi. Then again, he came on the right thing, but a time came when Akbar became so powerful that he started thinking of himself as, something. And he wanted to mix Hinduism and Islam. Now he stopped jizya, and when he stopped jizya, the Hindus were really happy. Now you all know what is jizya tax. Jizya tax. Let me go back here on a page where I can write jizya. Okay. Now if I write here jizya, jizya tax. Okay. It was a tax that was taken by non-Muslims living under a Muslim rule, and in return we would give them protection. So Akbar stopped it. Now when Aurangzeb reintroduced it, he lost the favor of the Hindus. Now when he became religious, he restarted the jizya tax. The other thing that Aurangzeb did, he destroyed many temples. Now, some say he destroyed many temples. Some say that he had a committee of people in which there were Hindus also, and he has signed an amount of money for the renovation of the temples. There's another point also that say that he gave for the renovation also. Renovation of temples. Second point of view. Okay, this is the second view of history. One is this is the first view, and this is the second view. We usually go with this one, but in books and most of the places you will find this way. This made Hindus alienated and started having ill feelings against Aurangzeb. Obviously, they started feeling that, Aurangzeb is being unjust to them. First, introduced of the jizya tax, and then second, destroying the temples. And then obviously, then there was limited length of beard also. He stopped dancing and singing also at court. Most of his time was spent in trying to put down revolts in different parts of his empire, due to which he was not present, due to which he was not available for the people. What was he doing? He was busy in the expansion of the empire. He was so busy in the expansion that people almost forgot about him. The money that was collected, the taxes that were collected from the people. And now, why you collect them? You collect them so you spend on the empire, you look after the people, you look after the infrastructure and everything. But most of the money was used to put down the rebellions. So he himself was away. The money was used for the army, for the weapons and other things. When he was not available, obviously people started having ill feelings. While the empire was rent by strife and revolt, the new Maratha power was growing and consolidating itself in Western India. Now, this new power started establishing. When obviously you are not going to be there, when you are going to be away, other people definitely are going to take advantage of this. So these Marathas started becoming powerful. As Mughals have been ruling for centuries, for years they had been ruling. Now, when he was away and there was no one, so definitely these Marathas, they became powerful in Western India. Shivaji, now sorry, Shivaji the Maratha king stopped Aurangzeb's mission of expanding towards south. Now Shivaji, he stood up against Aurangzeb, and because he was expanding his empire, he came and he stopped him in going towards Aurangzeb. Now, after Shivaji's death, Aurangzeb accomplished his southward expansion. Apart from him, no one else except the Britishers held India under a single rule. So it was him. And after Aurangzeb also, it took 150 years for the Britishers to take, for the Mughal Empire to decline. You can imagine how strong the roots were. If we would have stayed on the right path, if we would have ruled properly, the Mughals, you think that the Britishers would have been able to come and take over the subcontinent? It is purely our fault. One should be satisfied with what they have. Here, he kept on expanding. If you have got this much, you take care of this much that you have. Now you want this much, this much, this much. You keep on expanding. Do you think you will be able to take care of it? First, establish. If you take one more area, establish it, take care of it, make developments, look after the people, win the hearts of the people. Then you talk about something else. But instead of doing that, he kept on expanding the area, due to which there a gap came between the king and the people. Now, after his death, the Mughal Empire collapsed with internal conflicts among the successor, and was reduced to the area around Delhi. Now, you talk about within conflicts within the successors. The succession problem came in. Though Aurangzeb, during his lifetime, he divided his empire amongst his sons. So, the history does not repeat. He knew how he killed his own brothers and took the seat. He did not want his own children to fight like that. So, he gave it to them during his lifetime, but they kept on fighting. You can say that after Aurangzeb, we did not have any competent rulers. It was because of the incompetency of the rulers that we lost the Mughal Empire. The various provinces declared their independence, and the Marathas, under the leadership of the Peshwa, gradually extended their hold in North India, right, under the rule of Marathas. Foreign invasion by Nadir Shah and Ahmad Shah Abdali in 1747 further weakened the empire. Now you can say internal and external. If we keep on fighting within and from outside also, the attacks are there, definitely the empire is going to become weak. So many wars, so many fights going on. How can one survive so much? Obviously and definitely we are going to lose. The last Mughal emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar was imprisoned by the Britishers after 1857 mutiny. The whole blame of War of Independence 1857 was put on Bahadur Shah Zafar. Now, Aurangzeb's reforms, if you talk about social restrictions, reimposed jizya tax, banned music, painting, dancing, singing, gambling. When he stopped all this, now people did not like it. People did not like it. He demolished the temples, taxes were taken extra, a lot of money, a lot of taxes were taken from the people. He removed Hindus from the jobs. He appointed mutahasibs. Today we are going to discuss his religious reforms. Okay, mutahasibs. Now, mutahasibs, they were people who used to keep a on the check on people, that who is drinking or breaking laws. To keep an eye on the people, he appointed mutahasibs. If anybody is doing something wrong, if anybody is going in the wrong, breaking Islamic laws or the rules that he has made, then they were arrested or they were taken. Now then, he a limited length of beard was also there. Limited length of beard. These were his religious policies, which became one of the reasons for the decline. One, limited length of beard, mutahasibs, removal of the Hindu people from the government. Then you talk about temples being destroyed, jizya tax, music, dancing, singing, gambling. This all was so common. The other thing that what he did, there was a time when the Mughals, when they used to have their birthdays. On their birthdays, on the weighing scale, they would sit. And on one part, they are sitting. On the other scale, they would put gold. Now, they keep on weighing the king and they keep on putting the gold. When it would be, you know, the gold would just go up and the king would come down. It was like the weighing scale. They would weigh the king with gold, and that gold would be given free to people. This was the time that people would wait. And now what happened, that he stopped. He said that this is wrong, we should not do this. He stopped doing that also. The people also felt, okay, what is he doing? He stopped this also. A time in once in a year it would come that people would get free gold. They did not like it. And yes, this was something very wrong done by the previous Mughals. So this was something good that he did. Dancing, singing, gambling. Now he was living a very simple life and he wanted the people to live a very simple life. But you cannot force. What he should have done, that only Muslims. But obviously, when he said no music, no singing, no dancing, the other people who used to drink here, drinking also, I did not write here, drinking also. He said nobody's going to drink also. So those people who used to drink, and in other religion in which it was allowed, they really got upset and they started uh, having ill feeling against him, and a good group of people stood against Aurangzeb. This jizya tax was not liked by Hindus. Many people stood against him. Then people being thrown out of jobs. And so in this way, he became very unpopular amongst the people. Okay, if you just, I would like to first wrong. Yeah. Yeah, let me write. If we talk about, uh, I want to add one slide. So okay, yeah. Now, if we talk about, okay. Right. Now, result of the religious policies of Aurangzeb, these were the conflicts that came due to his um conflicts because of his religious policies. The Rajputs, the Marathas, the Sikhs, and the Jats. Now, here let's talk about, yeah, if I ask you some questions like what, sorry, what was the jizya tax? A 4 mark if we talk about jizya tax. Now, what was jizya tax? It was a tax introduced by Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. You get 1 mark here. Okay. Now, here you get 1 mark. Second point, if you write, what does jizya tax stand for? From whom it was taken? It was taken by the non, from the non-Muslims, right? From the non-Muslims. It was taken from the non-Muslims by the non. Okay. From the non-Muslims living under Muslim rule. Now, when you take this, what will happen? Now, when you are taking this, in return, what are they giving you? Right? In return, what are they giving you? In return, okay. Now, in return, or in return, they give protection of life, property, and religious freedom is given. Okay. Then, who stopped it? Who stopped it? Akbar stopped it. Who reintroduced it? Aurangzeb reintroduced it. Okay, and it became one of the reason. It became one of the reason of his decline. See, this one we talk about is 4 marks. And there you get 4 out of 4. All point is written here. In this way, we do a, sorry, outward. In this way, we do it. Got it? Now, if you talk about another question, let's go to the second question. If we write, let's talk about, yeah, what were Aurangzeb's religious policies? Religious policies. Now, what were Aurangzeb's religious policies? Limited length. Okay. Length of beard. Jizya tax. Mutahasibs. And drinking, drinking, dancing, singing, gambling, or okay. No handles in government that live a simple life. Now, all these were his policies which he did. Now, he wanted people to abide all these laws, which were not approved by many. So, but this question of a 4 mark comes in. This 4 mark, and you write in a paragraph form. In a paragraph form, we have to write. Okay. Understood? So let's end the class today here. Just see how we did these 2 questions of 4 mark today, discussed all this. And in the next class, inshallah, I'm going to discuss the reasons for the decline of the Mughal Empire in detail. Okay. Today we discussed about Aurangzeb reform his religious policies, about Aurangzeb, how he came into power, about the family tree, okay, and the expansion, how the Marathas came. And how you can attempt a 4 mark, 2 sample answers and 2 sample questions I discussed with you. Inshallah, in the next class, I'm going to discuss about the decline of the Mughal Empire, and then along with it, I'm going to discuss 3 and 5 mark question also. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz. See you all soon, inshallah.